Today, we are going to discuss 3 easy ways you can say no without feeling guilty. For many of us, saying no can be difficult for so many reasons. Ultimately, these reasons keep us from doing exactly what our gut or your intuition is telling you you need to do in order to make yourself feel comfortable or make yourself feel whole or make yourself feel happy or just reduce the level of stress that you might have in your life. We don't listen to it, so we end up feeling confused and anxious, and we end up feeling angry, just plain old angry and overwhelmed at whatever is going on that has been asked of us. Whether you are dealing with something personally or professionally. I know I've been there. You don't want to feel that way. Let's talk about first these reasons why we don't say no. Okay? We don't want people to look down at us. We don't want to let people down. We don't want to not be liked. We don't want to be judged, right? We don't want to seem like we're being unkind or being selfish. Or we don't want to miss out. What is it? They call it FOMO, right? Fear of missing out, whether it's in your personal life or professionally. You don't want to miss out on that promotion, that project. You don't want to seem like you're not a team player, so you don't say no. So how do you say no without feeling that guilt, without feeling all those feelings that we just talked about? So many different ways that you can say no. But today we're just going to talk about 3 different ways you can say no to people and not feel guilty. Okay, number 1, avoid using the words like maybe, possibly, probably, perhaps. And the reason you don't want to do that is because it does not give them a clear understanding that no is no and that yes is yes. What it does is give them hope, and they're not looking at it as, oh, you're going to say no. They're looking at it as, oh, you're trying to figure out a way to say yes. So we don't want it. We want to take that off the table. And no is just no. Avoid using those words or any synonyms that fall under maybe. Number 2, be honest. I know. Be honest with yourself. I talk about that a lot. Honesty with yourself allows you to be honest with other people. If you know you don't have the money to lend to someone, why are you lending it? Are you doing it for you or are you doing it for them? If you don't have it, later on you're going to need it, so why give it? You need that money back. You don't know if they're going to pay it back. So be honest. No is just no. Being honest with yourself allows you to feel like you're more in control of what is going on at the time. Now, I know not everything in your life you can control or anything like that, but when you're asked a question or you're asked to do something and you know you don't have the capacity to do it, and that capacity could be financial, social, mental, emotionally, or behaviorally, and even spiritually. If you don't have the capacity to do it, then saying no is the best way. And by you being honest with them and saying no when you know you can't, trust me, they will be okay. And lastly, number 3, be respectful. Respect them. Listen. Stop and listen to what they have to say, and so that you can really observe and see if you can do it, right? So by giving them an answer, by being honest with yourself, by not using maybe and possibly and all those words, you're respecting the fact that, hey, they asked you a question and you're giving them an answer. Now, there are times that no is just no. There's no explanation needed. But depending on the relationship that you have with someone, you might want to give them a little longer explanation of why you can't do something. If someone comes to you and you know good and well, come here, you know how they really are the ones who want to borrow money and say to you, I won't ask you again, I promise you, I just got in a tight spot, and then you never see the money again. You don't have to give them attitude. You don't have to roll your eyes. You don't have to show them no with your face, right? You don't have to do that. That's all you have to say is, right now, I am unable to do that. Or you might say, I am unable to do that. I think you should try someone else. Period. So those were the 3 ways you can say no without feeling to people and without feeling guilty. So 1, avoid the words maybe, possibly, or perhaps. So you want to be very clear in your no. It's either yes or a no. Number 2, be honest. Be honest with yourself and be honest with the individual that is asking you to do something. Do you really have the capacity to do what they're asking? Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, make sure that you are being respectful, that you are stopping, you're listening to what they have to say, so that when you do say no, you know why you're saying no for yourself, and that you tell them no right then and there, or if you want to give additional explanation, you can do so. I hope that you enjoyed this video on how to say no to people without feeling guilty. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a comment down below. Let me know, is there another way that you know of in order to say no without feeling guilty that you might currently use? Because I know there are so many other ways that you can say no without feeling guilty. Also, if you enjoyed this content, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so that you will be notified of new content that I put out each week. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.